All right. So I'm just going to mute you guys, but please unmute yourself if anyone wants to ask a question or have me go back over something. Somebody can throw it in chat, whatever. So as you guys know, super interactive here. You can pause me mid-sentence, but please do so. Obviously, we're just going to, this platform is still new to us, so we're still learning. I'm still learning it. I got access when you guys did, so I get in there as much as I can and play around with it. So today we're just going to click around. I'm going to just show you, how to get to Moxi, the 4 different platforms we have. I start clicking around in Engage, which is the CRM piece. Your database where you put everybody. We'll click around and see what it will do for us. And then we're going to dabble in the website piece, which is brand new. So, we will have a new website. So I'm going to just be clicking around, but please, tell me to back up, tell me to go over something again. Otherwise, I recorded this, so you guys will be able to rewatch it. I will have a couple more sessions this next week that you guys can just join. I'll post them out so everyone knows when they are, and if you can join one of them, please do. Otherwise, as I'm clicking around, just know, hey, you can click around, you can get familiar with it. You can't break it. So, you'll hear me say that a lot, and that's the best way to learn is just to actually, click around yourself. But obviously we're going to start with me doing it. Let me share my screen. Can you guys see my leverage dashboard? Perfect. So I'm actually in one of our agents in Columbus. I use her dashboard, her login, just so that I can be an agent, with you guys, and you kind of see exactly what you guys will see. So log into leverage, first name dot last name at era.com. As always, your password. I know the passwords, all the time. We forget it. We needed to reset it. Honestly, if you're having an issue with the password, when you get to that, the leverage login page in the lower right-hand corner, there's an 800 number for a help desk. Easiest way to reset your password. So, if you do get in there and just can't remember what it is, or whatever that situation is, lower right-hand corner, it'll take you, 5 minutes or less, and they'll give you a temporary password. So, and then once you log in, this is the screen you will see. This will be your home screen. I have some of the favorites here, so you may not see these 2 boxes. But to get to Moxi, we're just going to click in the upper left-hand corner, Tools and Resources. And there's several ways you can get to it. This is just kind of, one of them. So thinking. So obviously this is a page that has everything. I'm not going to scroll down very far, and you're going to see a box that's called Moxi Works. So if I click on Moxi Works, this will bring us to, again, your individual Moxi page. You'll see your profile, your picture, you have account settings. So if this is the first time you've logged in, in a while, or the first time, check out this page, make sure the information is correct. This page that I'm looking at right here, besides, the picture, and I just have that name because I am doing some things and I didn't want my personal name on there, but obviously that would be your name. But this page right here, this stuff is just, I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why they show it. It's behind the scenes information. Like, you do not need to even pay attention to all the, the weird stuff there. That's just stuff that's in, that's kind of making it active, making it available for the MLS, things like that. But you can, click on this left-hand side, make sure information's right. Your picture should be in there, your phone number, your email. Also in the upper right, which is where usually it is, if there's next to your picture, there's a drop down, there's some information there. So first time, kind of just click around, check it out. But the place I'm going to show you now is, I said that we have 4 parts of Moxi Works. So we had 2 of these prior. We had 2 of these probably in February when we were waiting for the second two. The first one is present, and then you'll see the fourth one in line is impress. So we had those earlier. So present is a listing presentation / CMA tool. Extremely powerful, tons of information. We know that you can do a CMA in the MLS and things, but I encourage you to get in there, check it out. Agents that have done it have said it is super simple and is just very professionally done, totally branded to you. So there are some sessions that I put on the Agent Hub, and I think I sent them to managers and things that have, you know, I think it's maybe a 45-minute, maybe an hour-long session just on present, and get, you know, each one of them separate. So I encourage you maybe to check them out. Impress is the piece. It's all about marketing. You can, you know, in seconds create a Facebook post and Instagram post, you know, a flyer, a postcard for your listing, your new listing, you're just sold. You can create all of that in seconds because all of Moxi Works is directly connected to the MLS for you. So if you have a listing, you will see it all throughout the platform. You know, if you go to Impress or if you go to do a listing presentation or a CMA, you will see everything because Moxi Works is directly connected to the MLS. So in individually your MLS. So any information that you have makes it to Moxi Works. So present, impress, you know, were the first two pieces. The piece two pieces we're going to talk about today is engage, which again is the CRM, you know, customer relationship manager. It's your database. Every person you know should be in your database. And the idea behind that is you know, in seconds, you can open up your database and see everybody, friends, family, neighbors, past coworkers, past clients, you know, just open up your database and that is everybody that you would expect to use you as an agent, buy, sell, refer. And when you have them all in one place, you have easy access to say, hi, how's it going? I'm still a real estate agent. And you'll see when we get engaged, there are numbers of ways for you to stay in touch. You will stay in touch with your friends and family one way. You will stay in touch base with your past clients another way. And you'll touch, you know, everybody has a different way. And in maybe a new lead, you're more aggressive than, you know, you don't have to send your friends and family 50 emails a month, all saying, hey, are you looking to buy or sell? You should send your friends and family an email, I don't know, once or twice a year that says, hey, I still sell real estate and I expect you to refer me out if you hear someone say we're looking to buy or sell. So there's just ways to touch base with everybody, and the platform will allow you to do that. And then we will touch base on website and sort of on the back half of that. And just going to get in there again, click around, show you guys how easy it is to update what will be your new website as soon as you have it ready to go. So I'm going to click engage. So I'm going to get into, again, this is the CRM, the database. And this is individual to you, as always. You know, no one has access to this but you. So, you know, your folks you put in there. The idea is we can help you get your folks in there, and we can help you figure out or actually start touching base with them. So the one stat that if you've probably heard it, maybe you've heard it. I'm sure you've heard it from me if you've heard me talk. You know, and it should scare the daylights out of you if you want to be in business, you know, a year from, you know, or so from now, is past clients. This is a NAR stat. This is every deal that was done across the United States last year, about 6.4 million deals. 90%, and this is just a continual stat, 90% of those deals. So you have a client, you close it, 90% of those past clients say, I'll work with Dan again. He was great. You know, 90% do. Around 11 or 12% actually do. So it goes from 90% that say, of course I'd work with Dan again, to when they go to do another transaction or refer someone, the number drops from 90 to about 11 or 12%. So we are losing, you know, almost 80% of our deals. And I'll talk to every agent. I'm an agent. I will tell you, I'd love to say, like, I have never lost a deal. I wouldn't lose a deal. My people would come back to me. Look, it doesn't happen. So, and the main reason it doesn't happen is they forget about us. If they knew we existed, they would use us 90% of the time. They forget we exist. So, some transact 6 months later, some transact 10 years later, and some could be 15 years later. So again, how can we stay in touch with them? We don't want to annoy them. We don't want to ask them every time we send an email if they're looking to buy or sell. We just want to say hi to them. And we want to maybe give them some information that is valuable. Hey, price of your home. This is what's happening in the market around your home. But in reality, we just want them to see our face so that if they do transact or meet or have the ability to refer someone to us, they do it. So, and that's the main reason for having the CRM and as many bodies as we can get into it. So this is the dashboard. Let me switch to, I actually am in mine. So I'm going to switch to agent mode. And so this is the first page that you will see. So, it is just a line of boxes that have all different, pieces of the whole platform engage, to-do list, a calendar, sales flow, my listings. So again, everything, that has to do with you will be in this initial page, and you can scroll up and down. One thing that you can do is on this right-hand side are all, just labels for all these boxes, whatever, obviously you can just scroll down that page, not a huge deal, but as you see, when I log in, the top of my list is my goals. That's going to be the first box I see every single time I log in. If you want to see your calendar first, you can come over on this right-hand side and just drag this calendar up. And every time you log in, your calendar is going to be the first piece. So, just a little something you can do. But obviously, if we, the goal will be to log in every day and then just kind of see like what's happening, or, this is again connected to the MLS in our back office system. So it is going to track your goals. So you'll put a goal in like, hey, I want to make, 100 grand this year. I want to make 50 grand. I want to make 200 grand, whatever your goal is. It's going to track it. It will track it. It will, it's going to, keep track of how close you are. So if you log in and it's, April 1st or July 1st, you're just going to quick see a little synopsis of, well, gee, am I going to, how close am I to my goal? What do I need to do to get there? Again, all of this information will just kind of track from what you're doing with the system. And again, please, if anyone just has any questions, like I said, unmute yourself or throw them in chat. And now I'm just going to kind of click a few buttons again, just so you kind of start getting familiar with it. And once you do this yourself, it'll probably trigger. Maybe you can rewatch this. You can certainly reach out at any point and ask any questions. So as always, there's always a settings page, anywhere you go. So I'm going to just kind of click this little gear, which you'll see my mouse right a little bit to the left of the bottom of my picture. And you'll see there's an engaged setting page and then got feedback. So I just kind of wanted to show you that. I'm not going to click that quite yet. And again, I'm on this dashboard page. So the next one over is people. So if I just hover over it, you'll see overview, my people, add people. So obviously that's what we want to do first. We need, before we can start working anybody, we need people in there. So I'm just going to start with overview. And this will track, just all your people. You can group them like, hey, these are marketing folks, these are prospects, these are my active buyers, these are my pending things, deals and different things that I have to do with people. So, just wanted to click that. Now I'm going to hover back over. I'm going to go to my people. So this will be like, again, this is just for you. No one else will have access to these people. No one else sees them. Whoever you add, they will be your people. You'll see Jeremy's my only guy in there. And of course, everyone will be listed. If I have 5 people or if I have 500 people, everyone will be listed here. And you can just see, if I scroll over, I can log in activity. So if I want to go, hey, I talked to Jeremy, kind of keep track of what I'm doing. Right now I can log a call. A feature they're working on next is actually being able to phone someone right from the system. It'll, kind of track that you call them, and then you can email them. I can also, click Jeremy's name it'll just bring up his profile. So kind of everything I might have done, you know, I labeled him as a client. He could be a non-client. Yeah, obviously you kind of look like, yeah, that's his phone number, you know, any information that you know, making sure that's correct. Again, I can push another button and email him. So anytime you see that envelope, on the right-hand side, you'll see a profile. So, you know, maybe Jeremy doesn't have a transaction right now, but he is a client. So I can go in there and go, hey, Jeremy bought 123 Main Street, or Jeremy sold 123 Main Street. You know, if he is a client and he did a transaction, I'm able to add that in there if it didn't populate, and it'll populate now that we have it. But for now, we'd have to, you know, we could add that. You know, and again, clicking around this, you'll be able to just go, oh, okay, that's where it was. But a notes section, obviously I can put notes in here. You know, these are private notes, so I can put, you know, is Jeremy, you know, wife, partner, you know, does he have kids? What's Jeremy's dog's name? What's Jeremy looking for? He's looking for a 2-bedroom, 3-bath house, whatever. You know, you put any notes in here, again, you'll have access to that. So, you know, so any information you can put in here is good. This is just an activity feed. So if you sent Jeremy a text or called him, or, you know, sent him an email, or Jeremy sent you an email, you know, you're sending him listing alerts, all of that will be in here. So if you know, sometimes you just stop and think like, hey, when was the last time I talked to Jeremy? I should be talking to Jeremy, but when was the last time? Maybe log in here and go, oh, that's right, I talked to him, you know, March 27th. But I'm due to talk to him. So, you know, adding activity will help you kind of keep track of those folks. And then if he is on the website looking for properties, or you're sending him listing alerts through Moxi, it will track it. He can either favorite them or save them, and you'll know which properties that he is, you know, he's kind of keeping an eye on. So when you get notified that, you know, Jeremy saved a property, obviously you will reach out to him and go, hey, what's up? You know, and let it and lead a conversation into knowing that he's actually looking for houses. And that is anybody that's in your system. That's a client, you know, anytime there's a, you know, there's a, you know, they're in their system and they're doing some sort of activity within your platform, including looking for properties, or opening up emails that you're sending them. You know, the idea is, and I'm going to show you several different places you can do this, but, you know, this faves and saves is, you know, a listing alert. So this creates search. You know, you can set Jeremy up on a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Hillsborough for, you know, whatever price, you know, whatever criteria you would normally set up. And then it starts tracking that, and you get to, you know, you get direct access to, you know, to what he's doing, you know, kind of through that search. And then I'm going to show you these in a second, but I'm going to show you before I'm going to talk about them more. But you can add a subscription, you know, or you can add Jeremy to a group. So if Jeremy is a client group, a past client group, if I know him from church, if he's a neighbor, if I know him from a previous job, you know, you can kind of put him in groups. The idea is with you know, putting someone in a group is you can grab your church folks and send them a mass email like, hey, how are you? You know, great seeing you at church. Or, you know, again, just as an example. So any group, you can grab a group and send a mass email and say, hey, you know, in whatever it pertains to, if you're doing past clients or friends or family. So, or wishing people, you know, happy Easter, you know, whatever. So that's kind of clicking on, you know, the person and kind of figuring out who they are, how do you know them, what should I do for this person, and then knowing that, you know, a big piece of this platform is, look, you know, I'll just pull past clients and taking that stat of how scary it is with, you know, going 90% to only 11 or 12 actually coming back to us. You know, that's scary. So, you know, how do I have to touch base with them? You know, how am I going to touch base with John and Dan and Amy and whoever, so they don't forget me and I don't forget them, and they come back to me when they're ready to do something. You know, there's a list of things, you know, hey, I should call, I should text, I should visit them, I should send them a handwritten note, you know, I should send them emails. There's a list of things. The idea with using a CRM, you know, for, you know, Moxi is, Well, I can send them a listing alert. I can send them a monthly newsletter. I can send them a drip campaign email, all customized for that person. And I can set it and forget it. So part of that list of what I should do, yeah, I should do all these things. We can grab a chunk of them and automate it so it just happens automatically. And I don't have to think about when was the last time I sent Dan an email? When was the last time I sent Dan a monthly newsletter? You know, that stuff will just happen. You know, we put their anniversary, their birthday, the day they bought their house in Moxi. It will remind me that, hey, today, you know, Renee bought their house. It's 4 years ago today. So you're able to call or text them and go, hey, can you believe it's been 4 years today since you bought your house? Pieces like that will take that 90% and keep it as close to 90 as you can and not take it to that 11 or 12%. People will remember you. People will love that you reach out to them and say, congratulations, it's been 4 years or whatever. They will love it. And then they will remember you and come back to you. So that's a huge piece of taking that off your mind. Or, you know, we either don't do it, we forget, or we do it completely inconsistently. And none of those three things are good. So that's the people. So now I'm going to show you 2 ways we can add people. So obviously, like I said, we have to get people in here. So the first one, if I just click add people, is the one-off person. So if I have 100 people in a database, we are going to import them. Or 500 people, whatever. We're not going to add them one by one. But, you know, I have 5 people I want to get in there today. Easiest way, I'm going to just go add them on this page. Or, hey, I get my 200 people in there on an import, but I meet someone tomorrow. You better believe I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add them individually. So, you know, first name, last name, you know, whatever, you know, obviously scrolling down this page, you'll see phone number. You know, you need their phone number and, you know, the phone number and email, because if, you know, however we're chatting with them, you know, if you have their address, add it in there. Because if you add it in there, you know, it's gonna, you know, you'll just have it. You'll just know, like, oh, that's John, that he lives at 123 Main Street. You can add all this from this point on. It, you know, whatever you add is just a bonus. I mean, you know, yeah, you can go in and have their Facebook page. You don't have to, you know, but whatever you do is a bonus. But there are 2 sections that are very important after the name and phone number and email, and that is the relationship. So when I click add relationship, how do you know them? This will be a key for you, you know, remembering folks. I'll remember clients, but man, if it's been 5 years, you know, it's like, you got to remind me who John is. So whatever you add will help, you know, help you remind you, and then, you know, better communicate with them. You know, if you're going to send an email or reach out to them for an anniversary type thing. And the next piece is dates. So this add date right here, we could add a birthday, an anniversary, a house anniversary. So when they bought or sold, I mean, if you could do either one. And again, this will set reminders. So if I take a minute and actually put when, you know, whoever sold or bought their house, if I take a minute and do that, the system will remind me on that day every year. That's, you know, send a message to these folks, you know, let them know you still remember them. And, you know, look, you remind someone a year from now, you know, they'll be like, oh, that's cool. You remind someone that it's been 5 years today that they bought their house, that's going to resonate with them. They are going to be very impressed that you stay in contact. They're going to think, man, he's organized, you know, whatever. You know, in reality, we just set a system up to help us do that, because you know, it would be almost impossible for us to do that ourselves. So again, that's sort of that one-off is adding. So if, you know, if you're kind of ready to, you know, hey, I want to dabble on this, add someone in here. It can be a current client, a past client, it could be a friend, it can be, you know, someone in your family. Be like, hey, I'm going to kind of use you as a guinea pig to see what I can do. You know, start adding some folks in here. So I'm going to go back and I'm just going to show you how to import. I'm going to just show you where it is and then kind of talk about it. But I need to be at the My People page. So if I go to the My People page, And now if I come over here to this little settings gear, which just had engaged settings and got feedback. Now, if I click this, the menu's expanded because I am on the My People page, and you will see Import Outlook CSV. So if I click that, this is actually just, so real quick, if I export from Gmail, say I use Gmail, or if I use the MLS, wherever you have some folks in a database somewhere, if you export them from that database, it will put it in a CSV file. It's an Excel spreadsheet. So any, kind of that platform that does calculations and things, Excel spreadsheet, it's just a CSV file. What I'm going to do is kind of take that, adjust it to how Moxi wants it, and I can grab that file and I can bring in 5 people on the spreadsheet, or I can bring in 5,000, and they come into your system just like that. So I just wanted to show you that when folks are ready to do that or want more information, we can kind of work with you to help you do it. But I wanted to show you that, if you have 100 people in a database or wherever, there's an easier way than adding them one by one. If you wanted to add them one by one and make sure all the information's in there, you can completely do that. But otherwise, we're going to try to make sure that spreadsheet has all that information. So when they come in the system, their first name, last name, email, phone, if you have the date they bought their house, whatever information you can do will be on that spreadsheet. So any questions? I hope this is like just a good pace. I know I'm just kind of clicking around, but again, just trying to get you guys familiar with with it, and then having you guys go do it after. But just know when you get to it, and if you forget something, you can rewatch this, or obviously we can do another session like, hey, look, we are ready to add some folks, or work with you one-on-one to help you do that. So calendar is the next one. So, this one's pretty simple. We will connect a Gmail account when we start this. So if we have not logged in, we're going to connect a Gmail account. If you don't have one, we do need one. So that's kind of the best option for us. The platform is 100% Google driven. So the Gmail is that's kind of the reason behind having it connected to a Gmail. So what this will do is actually sync your Gmail calendar to your Moxi. So, just another tool. So if you're in the system, you can look at your calendar quick, you can add an event, and then it will sync to your phone. Look, I'm not going to open up Moxi to check my calendar. I'm going to go to my phone and just do it. But if I'm in Moxi and just happen to be doing something or need to check something, it will be the same calendar as your if you use your Gmail calendar on your phone. If you add something there, it'll sync with this one. So again, just another tool that will help you in the platform. And then now I'm going to go to goals. So this page is the page that I mentioned. So when you first log in, it's going to say, hey, what's your goal this year? So again, if you put in 100 or 50 or 200, whatever, that you want to kind of make, this starts tracking it. So if I logged in and I had, if I had made, 20% of my goal, it'd say 20%. It'll count, it's counting the number of transactions, average sale price, your average commission rate, things like that. I scroll down through here, it's tracking how many buyers I had, how many sellers, and all the information down through here. So again, just an awesome page. I think goals are extremely important for me to kind of track, like, gee, I set a goal and then we go run a report. I just need to log in here, make, click 2 clicks and I can look at this page and track myself. Sometimes you look at goals every day, once a week, you should certainly look at them monthly, at worst case, if you truly have a goal and want to make it. But again, this page just feeds all the information in, so I don't have to go looking for anything. It's just going to make it to this page. So strongly encourage you to set that goal and then check this page you know, however often you want, but as regular as you can, regularly as you can. And then the last section I'm going to show you is campaigns. So this is, so I'm not a, I use the terminology set it and forget it. I love the idea of it. I just know as an agent that, if I only email my past clients and expect them to like truly remember me, I might be pushing it. But this is a piece of that list. This is everything I really should do, including kind of personal touches. But I love that there are a handful of things that I can set it and forget it. So hey, I know what they're getting. I know when they're getting it. And I don't have to think about it every day. That's a huge bonus to me, because again, I can't stop and personally email 300 or 400 people every month or whenever I want to do it. So the idea of setting this up but yet doing it personally is huge, because then I can just get it out of my mind. So just to kind of show you that campaigns are, so this is my campaigns. I have not put any in here yet. So I'm going to just skip to e-blasts. This is when I can just go in the system when I have bodies in here and I can grab 5 people. I can grab all 500 and I can send one email. Again, happy Easter, summer, saying hope everybody's well. So, and then this page will just keep track, we'll track them. And the piece that I love is that we will actually start tracking how many opened it, how many, if there was a click in there, like how many clicked maybe a link or something, if I sent something in there, the number opens unsubscribed. So it's actually tracking what's, so if I send 300 and come in and, 5 opened it, and I'm like, oh man, what do I need to do to get 30 to open it, or 40? How many, sometimes the subject line matters, sometimes the content matters. Like, we want, I love them seeing that I sent them an email, but I really love them opening it up. And I love when they open it up and it's hey, how are you? Hope all is well. I'm here if you need me. Take care. And end it. Simple. Or I can send them stats that is valuable to them. So, don't let them open up an email and see 5 paragraphs. They're not going to read it. They're going to be frustrated, and they're probably not even going to open it next time. So super simple, just saying hi. They're going to see, hey, Amy didn't ask me if I was looking to buy or sell. Amy just said, how are you? Hope all is well. I'm here if you need me. And that'll, things like that will gain strength with, getting further clicks, or them going, recognizing an email from you in the future. Next one, neighborhood news. So I'm going to show you where to assign this to a client, but this will send a monthly newsletter to ideally a homeowner. So, anybody that owns a home and they're in your system, you can send them a monthly newsletter. It will it'll go to the MLS, grab all the activity that's happening in the market around their house, and send them a monthly newsletter completely branded to you. To like you went in there and kind of did a hey, this is kind of in a market update, and send it to them, and the system does it for us. And you'll see when I go to do that, I can either pick zip code, like some areas. I live in an area that I could probably pick 5 zip codes and it would all be fine. And we know that sometimes like it might be down to 2 streets, and then the market's totally different 2 streets over. You have the ability of assigning either a zip code or drawing on the map and saying, yeah, just let them know what's happening around this house, that type of thing. So I'll show you how to do that. But again, I can't stress, if you're gonna do something, sending something, emailing something, if you're gonna talk something, stats will get a homeowner or buyer's attention more than anything else. I don't care if I am not selling for minimum of 10 years. You send me stats, I will open it up and I will love what you sent me. So just constantly think that, and that newsletter will be something that typically will get a very high open rate. So an awesome tool. And again, I'll show you how to do that. It's kind of the same thing, listing announcements. Obviously, you have your buyers. You can go in the MLS and do this. If you're totally comfortable with doing it in the MLS and just want to continue that, you can do that. You don't have to use this tool. If you do it in here, you log in, your contacts are direct, in your system, you are getting the open rate, the click rate, unsubscribe. When they do it through the system, it goes back to, they can click a button and save it. They can click a button, favorite. You get that data. So there are advantages of doing it in the Moxi platform, versus, but again, totally up to you. And again, you put someone in here, you're like, hey, you're going to be my guinea pig, come in here and play around with it, see what they get. I like that. I'm comfortable with that. I like it better than the MLS. Oh, I like the MLS better. Again, totally up to you guys, but kind of showing you all the tools. And then my email is the last one. So there are a ton. You'll see this in the upper right-hand corner, this dark blue add from library. So there are a ton of email scripts there that you can kind of bring into the system. If you like them, or you can go create your own emails. I will be creating, I have a bunch in our old system, Zap. I have a 10-year closed client follow-up plan. I have an aggressive new buyer 3-year plan. I'm going to bring those over. So as soon as they come over, you'll have access to them. But again, you can go in there and just create simple emails. And then send them out, or obviously do the one-offs and send them out. But so my emails is just kind of tracking all your activity in the system. So that, I know I went through it kind of quick. So any questions? I'm going to show you now how to assign a neighborhood news and do a listing announcement. So, but anybody have any questions? I'll pause for just a second.
Hey, Wayne, I like what you said about, well, can you hear me?
I can. Maybe have Amy on mute, because I didn't hear an echo when you were talking on, or actually I can. It's weird when you get kind of the two computers in there. Sometimes it doesn't bother, but I didn't hear that echo when whoever's the.
Never mind.
All right. All right. Well, yeah. See if you can unmute the one that has the camera on, you guys, and see if maybe that feels better, or sounds better. All right, so I'm going to show you guys just how to assign those two, and then again, if you have any questions, but and then I still will get into the website and show you guys some of that stuff. So I'm going to go back to people and go to my people. Oh, there you go. Dan, you want to, I don't hear that echo, so maybe that.
Well, it's because I muted mine and turned mine off.
Okay.
No worries. No worries. Keep going.
Okay.
Where can they, I do have a question. Where do they find this again if they want to watch it later or refer back to it?
So I will post this on the Agent Hub.
Okay.
I'll transfer it, but I will also make sure that, because this is just for you guys, I'll make sure I email it to you, Amy. I don't know who said that, but I'll email it to Amy and Dan, so you guys have a just the direct link to get in there.
Is there a manual? Is there?
No, there's not a manual for this. She asked if there's a manual, Wayne. There are multiple training videos that Wayne's done over the past month.
You gotta turn yours off.
In the Agent Hub.
Yeah, there, definitely a lot of posts in the Agent Hub with just different training sessions, whether I did them or the Moxi folks did them. Otherwise, they're throughout here, it really is an awesome, FAQ. If you have any questions, somebody else has probably asked it. There are shorter videos in the system, as far as the help center. So when I'm in here and do the help center, there's some awesome, articles and things. So not necessarily a manual, but lots of options to kind of learn it. Ideally, you kind of watch, you were here, maybe rewatch the video or watch the video as you're, kind of clicking around yourself. Create a list of questions, create a list of like, where'd you find that? How do you do that? And then come back to us and happy to hop on another call, do this again, focus on a few things. So that's kind of how, how we'll be moving forward. All right, so I'm going to show you again how to assign a newsletter, monthly newsletter, or do the listing announcement, which is just a listing alert. So now I clicked on my person and I'm scrolling down, and I kind of showed you this, but here's an add subscriptions. So when I do this, you will see the two of them. Neighborhood news, add subscription, kind of gives you a little synopsis of it. On the right-hand side, listing announcement, add subscription. So I'll click on this one to show you just briefly. I talked about, do a zip code or do a targeted search. So if I click on the targeted search, take a second to load. You'll see this, just again, you clicking in here. So I can actually pick a zip code. I can do like, hey, I kind of want to keep them posted on, a certain priced property, or I could just, let me just kind of, if I hit this little draw button, so I'm kind of looking at this map and there's a draw button, and I'll just do a quick draw, and I'll just draw a circle. And that could be the listing, that could be like, hey, here's my neighborhood news. And, again, if I did this and brought it in, like this area could be, I don't know, 200,000, and it could be the same zip code, but this area is 250. Your market, where this person lives. So, does the zip code work? Do you want to, or what kind of, how detailed do you want to send it? I wouldn't spend a whole bunch of time. I mean, if you do it for certain folks, but the idea is they're going to be getting something from you, as detailed as you want it to be. So in that, once I do this, once I assign this, it truly is a set it and forget it. They will get that, monthly newsletter. I don't have to log in every month and remind it to send it. It just goes out automatically. And obviously the same with the listing alert. So, it's truly one of the valuable set it and forget it's, again, just to kind of help you stay in touch with those folks.
And Wayne, we just had one of our top 10 agents yesterday. She went through what you just showed and did her oldest 35 clients and did the neighborhood news and did a CMA just to send it right out to them, just to touch base. And it's amazing how detailed that can be. So if you guys aren't doing that, like you said with statistics, the studies show that, those NAR infographics that come out about median home sales for the past month, etc. You send those out, those get the highest open rates from people. So it's very important to get the statistics out. And CABR, Cincinnati Area Board, I don't know if SOAR does it, Amy, but they do a nice infographic every month of the past month's sales, median price, how many homes were sold, all this stuff. And it's a beautiful little infographic. You just copy, paste it into a Facebook post or an email or a text off to your clients. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's that's the point. And yeah, for someone to have done that already, start sending 35 out. I know when I send something similar, my open rate. So if I send it 100 emails, if I just send 100 emails today, the average open rate, and this is just across the entire, this is just across emails that are sent. Like Gmail tracks this, Google tracks this. The open rate between 5 and 6%. Just is, again, you get emails. Do you open, every email you get? If the subject catches you, or if it's obviously from somebody, a client or somebody you have to, you know, but you're sending something to someone that they don't have to open it. So how do you get them to open it? Well, it's stats, it's the subject line. So when I send something similar to this, my open rate is between 50 and 56, sometimes up as high as 58% when I send that 100 emails. So I'm getting 58 people to say, hey, you know, and again, they do it because the data is valuable. You know, I'm giving them, you know, value, some sort of value on, you know, the biggest asset they have kind of thing. So, or if I send them something that's valuable, whether they're thinking of selling or not, they will open it because they'll just, you know, open it and be like, that's cool. And they might be done. The idea is they remember us. And when we send that one day, that's the day that they've started thinking about, you know, yeah, maybe it's time, you know, but hey, Amy's been there the whole time. She sent us all that stuff. Look, we just got an email from her 2 days ago. You know, that's the idea of them not thinking that on today, like, yeah, I think it's time. And then going, huh, remember our agent's name? Like, you know, it's been a while, you know, that's the biggest fear. So, or, you know, them even remembering you, but, you know, maybe another agent is just sending them stuff, or maybe they've gone to 2 open houses and saw that agent both times. You know, it's a battle. Well, there's so many agents that it's a battle. So whatever we can do to stay front of mind, you know, that's the key. All right, so in the last 10 minutes, I'm going to just show you guys my website. So again, you know, just at the top, I'm going to click on my website. This will replace the current, see, I am going to, give me 2 seconds. I am not an agent with the company, so it is thinking that I shouldn't have a website. Let me quick see if I can get to agents that I mentioned.
I think Roy's got it.
Yeah. Just a second, and I'll be able to pull that up. Yeah, so this website will replace the Zap website. So the Zap website will be around through this year. So technically you'll have 2, but obviously this will be the one that we want to make our own. Actually similar to Zap, the Google connection with this website is very powerful. So just kind of, you know, always remember that. So, and we can copy and paste, you know, into, you know, things from our Zap website or wherever we may have it. So do you guys see Gina's profile? All right, so now I'm going to go to my website. And in the first time you log in, this is what you're going to see. Actually, you're going to see it every time because it's kind of always asking you like, hey, do you have to do anything to this website? Are you looking to update it? So similar to like this website is not live, and whatever you do on this page, it takes you to different pages, different sections of your website. You know, anything you change is immediately changed on the website. So we do not need to tell someone, hey, I want to change my bio. Can you change it? And wait, no, whatever I do or want to do or update is immediately active. So you will see that personalize your site style. Okay. So there's a go there after. So if I click that, we actually have the ability to customize the site. Look, you know, I don't have to create it. I don't have to say where things are, but I have a couple options, you know, depending on which one I like. So you'll see there's the first one is search focused, the second one agent focused. I'll just quick show you guys. You know, so I previewed the search focus. So this is essentially what your website would look like. The background picture you can adjust. This you know, find your dream home, and there's a search bar. You know, and then of course you'll see the, you know, your stuff will be right below, and then it'll continue down. So again, that's just one option. So, you know, they log in, looks very professional, but there's a search bar right there. You know, the other option is agent focused. And if I preview that, I mean, similar, all the same information, but kind of that initial look has your info right up there, still a search bar. So you know, it can either be like Gina, or it can be like, hey, find a home. So again, whichever you choose, and you can, you know, you can tweak it, you can switch it, you can decide one and then change it back. You know, you'll always have access to, you know, to whatever you want to see on there. So let me, and again, I'm going to kind of quicker, you know, go through this because you know, we have 5 minutes, but I want to, you know, kind of show you guys. So this home at the upper left, so I can click all the way down through here. I can get to individual pages, but when I click home in the upper left, that is this screen that is kind of like, you know, prodding us along, like, okay, I can go there and I can do something. So this one's personalize your home page. All right, what's that got in it? Well, look, I can change, you know, can change this title right here. I can change this picture. So obviously, you know, you want something local, you want something, you know, you can put one of your clients' houses on there if you know, if they're okay with it. You know, it does have to be a high quality picture. So you will see that your recommended image dimensions is 2200 by 1182. That just says that it's a high quality picture, because obviously if you're putting it on a website and it's your professional website, you know, you can put a lower quality picture, but it, you know, it'll be grainy, it'll look like, you know, won't look good. So that high quality picture, you know, and that's in reality, that's just a camera taking a picture. Often we, you know, we do them smaller to, you know, to send them and things, but for the website, we want it high quality. And then, you know, that heading that we saw when we chose the search focus, find your dream home, I can change that. So, you know, I can change it to whatever I want. Obviously making sure your picture, your phone number, things like that. This section right here is your bio. So, you know, however you've written your bio, if it's on the Zap website, if it's on realtor.com, wherever you have it, we want to bring it in here. Just know that this little section's awesome. You can add video, you can add a picture, you can add links, you know, all to your bio. Where in Zap, you know, our current site / going to be previous site, I could just write stuff, you know, it was just a paragraph or whatever. So so lots of good information, you know, lots of good options you can put in here. You know, video is very attractive, links are attractive. Just know that you can add that. So just going down through that page, you know, you can change any of the headings that you have, searches, verbiage, whatever. Adding, this is a featured video, so you can add a video, write a little something about it. So if you have a video on a home you just listed, you can add it here. I mean, think about sending that link to your client, or, you know, add a video of yourself, add a video of your community, things like that. And if you have full access to change that, and you should change it, you know, periodically, monthly or whatever, add a new video in there, add a video every time you get a listing, things like that. So again, every time I click on this, you know, I want to save it if I do change anything. And I'm just gonna, until I have it built, I'm gonna kind of just continue clicking this home in the upper left as I work down through this page. And then, you know, it talks about setting up a, you know, vanity domain and things like that. So very important. I'm going to tell you this, but when you're ready to do it, if you need to, you know, come back. So I can do all of this. This site is not live right now. You know, we know you need to do stuff. We know you want to do stuff. You might do something today and then work on it. But when you are ready to say, hey, I want to use this site, you need to come to this homepage. You know, it's the, you know, website admin tool, and I'm going to scroll down and it says completing your site activation. This number 1 says make sure your make your site visible to search engines. Make sure it's out there. If someone Googles you, Google will find it. So if I hit go there, it's super simple, but you have to do this. There's this box right here, and you'll see it's checked. Right now it's checked, and it says discourage search engines from finding this page. If I just simply uncheck that and hit save changes, the website's live. You know, hey, I'm ready to use it. I did that homepage. I picked my whatever, you know, it is up to speed. You're happy with it. You come in, you hit discourage, you save it, then it's live. So again, super important, but I'll be sending that out in a message, periodically, because, we don't want to, we don't want you to get done and forget that step and then, kind of realize it's not active. So, but again, we do not want to do that until it's ready, and make sure our picture's in there, all our info, we have a bio, we've added as much information as we can so that it's attractive when someone sees that. So I know that was quick, but in the website piece, but I'll just say both of these are extremely important. Just set some goals. I want to have my website active by the end of the month, by next week, but whatever works for you. Same thing with the with the Engage CRM. I mean, if you think you're going to get all 500 people in there and assign them all newsletters and listing alerts, and I want it done by next week, man, you're going to wake up tomorrow morning and be like, oh boy, maybe I'll start it tomorrow. Whoever the agent was that put the 35 in and just went in and just assigned them, like the 35 people got an email that was valuable. So you know what, if you do 35 more next week, or if you do, however many you have, if you just start chipping away at it, you will, just think you'll be done. You'll have your CRM, you'll have 300 people in there, all being contacted you. Maybe by the end of May, maybe by the end of June. It'll be better than just thinking you're going to do it one day, because it's too overwhelming. So break it up, whatever works for you. Set a goal. I don't care if it's a week or 3-4 months from now. If you stay on it and you actually get done with it and within your goal time frame, you'll be way better off than kind of thinking or waiting or thinking there's going to be one day that you're just going to sit down and not do anything else but this. So just you kind of know what works for you, but don't let it be overwhelming. Just take little snippets and make some headway. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. Any questions? Hopefully that was valuable to, again, just to see it and start getting familiar with it. Log in and check it out. That's number one. So.
Anybody have questions before he jumps off here?
Not yet.
I knew that was coming. Not yet. So.
Give me an hour.
Yeah.
Wayne, thank you. Appreciate
Oh,
it.
absolutely. Yeah, Dan, Amy, you guys let me know. I'm here. I'll make sure you get the recording, but you guys need anything, let me know.
Thanks.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome. Take care.
Dan, can you go off this one?